I'm Dr. Ryan DeBell from The Movement Fix. This is Movement Fix Monday, hanging out with Dr. Wes Hendricks at Reebok CrossFit Back Bay. And we're talking about negative
muscle ups.
Negative muscle ups.
Yes.
I can't just drop from the bottom of the rings.
You could, I guess you can just drop from the bottom of the rings if you want to.
So tell us about these negative muscle ups and like how you've been using them and how people can think about incorporating them and why.
All right, so where does everyone always lose it on the muscle up? Like where does everyone struggle? Transition. Everyone struggles on the transition. Why do they struggle on the transition? That transition's what? Shoulder internal rotation?
Yeah.
Shoulder extension. When in CrossFit specifically, do we ever train either of those motions?
Well, I mean, we don't really do like isolated.
No.
First of all, we don't do isolated training. And like when people are doing muscle ups, it's like, who works on the transition's super hard. Let me work on just that piece.
No, exactly. They practice strategies to kip.
Like little tricks.
Little tricks to almost bypass the fact that they're not strong enough to hit that transition.
You know what? If you're not strong enough,
probably shouldn't be doing it.
Probably shouldn't be worrying about the tricks, right?
Yeah,
you should be worrying about developing like the actual strength required. Mm-hmm. All right, show us what this is.
Okay, so what this is, it's no different than if you want to build pull-ups, what are you going to do? You're going to start after you maybe lock down those isometric holds, go into chin-up negatives.
Yeah, exactly.
This is no different than with the muscle-up. We're going to do a negative muscle-up. So at the top of that position here, we're just going to slowly lower, and where everyone loses it, do you see how I keep it close to my chest and lower it down there? So I essentially went through that full range of motion, but just reverse so I can control it. So then as I drop down, I'm owning that position as opposed to doing what we call the little tricks.
So you have the rings positioned, you know, obviously they're low, right?
Yeah.
So that you can jump up to the top.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like that's how you train this. So you jump up to support.
Yep.
And then you're going to slowly lower down to the like bottom of the dip.
Yep.
And then
you want
the trick is like getting the rings, like you said,
choke it almost into that fall
in
skip.
here. So one more time.
And what a lot of people will do is when they get it here, it will start to fall away from them. But you want to try to own this as much as possible.
Now, what if someone's not strong enough to do this?
Like
let's say they try to do this slow negative like this, and they just lose it.
Well, if they lose it completely, maybe you're not ready for this part, and you maybe need to go back to negative chin-ups, or you maybe need to work on your ring supports, or maybe you have some sort of mobility restriction preventing you from actually maintaining or owning these positions.
Got it. Do you ever like maybe use your feet on the ground as like a
absolutely? You could, without a doubt, use that to almost control it, lower the rings down a little more.
Would you? Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
So just to get that position or get more comfortable with that position, because too, it's a weird position to get into, and it's a very unfamiliar position, and a lot of people are uncomfortable with that.
Yeah.
So it's a good way to get more comfortable with that.
So, okay, so let's say the rings are at this height, right? Yeah. I could either have my feet on the ground, or like you could probably put like a box.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of spot
you know
yourself.
what I mean? Like put a little box on the ground. Use your legs to take away some of the weight from your arms. Like, do you prefer the box versus the ground? Like, do you think they're both fine?
I think they're both good. They both have a place.
Just spend the time doing the training. Like, don't worry so much about the little details.
Yeah,
if you just need the actual strength training from this.
Yeah.
And then, you know, what's a good starting point? Like, when people go just until it's hard, like we kind of been talking about in this series.
Once you have control and you can kind of own this, you should work for 10 seconds to do 1 rep in 10 seconds and build that as, let's say, an EMOM. Shooting up
every minute. Do 1 10-second negative.
Yeah, for quality.
Muscle
for quality.
For quality, that's critical.
Until the form breaks down, or I'd say that kind of a good number to shoot for is, let's say 25 minutes. I like 25 minutes. Yeah.
25 minutes.
We're gonna say 25 minutes. One negative muscle up, 10 seconds, every minute for 25 minutes.
People need to build up to that. I don't want anyone watching this like going like, emailing me and letting me know their shoulder got jacked up because they did 25.
Because we're going to build up to it over the course of before the next open.
Yeah. Okay, so over time, that's a goal to reach, right? That's not like where you should start as soon as you watch this video.
Start with like 5.
So one of the things that I would see, you know, when people try to do these negatives on the muscle ups, is like, so they're here, right, in the dip, and then it's almost like they think that the transition is to go like that.
Yeah.
But like as you mentioned, it's really going, you know, here, keeping those rings super close, and then leaning, like you have to almost lean back.
You do have to lean back
into
absolutely.
it. And there's so many like little nuances to how you move your body around the rings in terms of the weight shift, right? Like at the top, you have to lean forward. At the bottom part of the transition, there is like this, the rings come here, your feet have to go forward, and you have to lean back into it.
Absolutely.
And so it's not necessarily, again, just like a tip or trick. Like you need to have that body awareness to know, how do I transition my weight? How do I, move my hands? And then building the fundamental strength.
Yeah, it takes time. It's not like it's going to happen in one day. It's like anything else. It's going to take a lot of time to build if you want to build it correctly and safely.
Yeah. You know, like it is such an aggressive shoulder motion too that if we can build more strength, we're going to make people, or people are going to make themselves really, they're going to make their shoulder joints stronger and more resilient to these loads, as well as have a better appreciation of how to move their body.
Yeah, so then when we want to do it for time or for tons of sets and reps combined with snatches or something, we're going to be safer.
You've built the strength, you've built the capacity, you've probably thickened your connective tissue.
Absolutely.
You've developed the skill, you've developed all the coordination and the technique. So
yeah,
rather than just trying to kick up into your next muscle up and hope and pray to the muscle up gods.
Pray to God you make it through.
Pray to the muscle up, the ring gods that please let me land this and like hit the depths, like the lowest possible depth, like dip position. Like spend the time like working on the fundamentals of building what it takes. So
I like it.
I like it too, Wes.
All right, nice.
All right, thanks for sharing that. Make sure to follow Wes on Instagram at drwesthendricks, and I'll put that in the description of the video or whatever that's called.
Yeah.
Maybe I should point it, be like one of those YouTube people and be like,
I'll point
it's gonna be floating over here.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And then I'll forget to put the button, so then someone will watch and be like, you didn't put the button? Okay.
No one's gonna click for my name. I'm gonna get no followers.
Yeah, there you go. Anyways, that's what we got for you guys this week on Move Fix Monday. Get on those rings, work on the negatives. Don't try to do 25-minute EMOM right away, build up to it. And I'll see you guys next week.